Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Pickle-On. We have our friend Bill here, very special friend of ours. I'd like to introduce you to him. Bill, you want to tell us a little bit something about yourself?
Yeah, I'm Bill Stokes. I've been playing pickleball for about 3 years. I met the guys about a year and a half ago, and we've been playing religiously every Sunday, having a great time. And so we've been kind of interacting together, and they want to invite me because I have some pretty unique views on pickleball, and I do things a little askew than probably the norm. So anyway, so that's myself in a nutshell.
Yeah, Bill's a different type of player than us. He's a different paddle. Fortunately, we wanted to get some diversity on this episode, so we brought Bill in. He's got some crazy good resets. I feel like that's the part of the game that
I like playing the slow game. They like playing the fast game, so that's always been a dynamic. Yeah.
Your strong forehand drives have been crazy lately, though.
Yeah. Well,
we have a special episode today. You want to tell us about it?
Sure. Yeah, thanks for joining us. So what we're doing today, why we have three people, is we're going to basically talk about if we were getting into pickleball now, with all that we know. We're going to talk about if we had $100, what kind of stuff would we buy? If we had $200, what kind of stuff would we buy? And if we had a nice hefty budget of $500, what kind of stuff we would buy at this point? Please make sure you comment in the comments. Let us know which one you like out of the three of us that we're drafting. No, Bill's an idiot. Don't listen to Bill.
Do not vote for Bill.
Yeah, don't vote for Bill. Anyways, we're going to go over our $100 budgets first. So if you're getting into pickleball, these are some things that we recommend. Although I will say I feel like there's a lot of paddles from what we've heard of that'll be coming out in the next few months, but it might not be so applicable to the $100 mark.
We might need to do some sort of like at the end of the next episode, like an update.
Yeah.
Not next episode, but like in a couple of months, an update with like
June,
the new stuff, right? Because there's like a ton of new stuff, and they're saying Gen 3 and whatnot is coming out, so our minds might change completely in 2 months. So we might have to do an update for this episode.
Yeah. All right. Well, let's get into it. Let's start with the $100 budget. Bill.
You want to start with me?
Yeah. You're
the guest of honor.
So we didn't really have any rules. So I brought two options to the table. So the first one I'm going to put out there was my preferred option. So I'm going to say for $100, probably the first thing I would suggest to anybody who's getting into pickleball is shoes. This thing ruined me. Like I brought running shoes and I tore my calf twice in a month. And you're out for a week.
Oh
so I am going to be a big proponent of shoes up front, right?
Okay.
Even more than a paddle, because when you start playing and you hurt yourself, you're done, right? For weeks or longer term, and pickleball injuries are becoming more prevalent now. So I'm a big proponent of having shoes up front, court shoes specifically. So I'm going to tell you this. So I found that you can now buy the Nike Court Zoom Pro online for about $45.
So who's the manufacturer of that?
Nike.
Nike Court?
Nike.
Okay. Nike.
You can buy these. I found them quite a few places online, including Amazon, for $45 all day.
Wow.
We are not sponsored by anybody yet,
Nope.
so this is completely unbiased reviews from all of us, FYI.
So that gives me that tears up almost half of my budget, right? But the other one, and I will kind of preface, I've played with most every piece of equipment that we're going to talk about today. I've used and I've had or I've worn out probably. So the other paddle I have, which I really liked, is the Eula Essential. It's now called the FS12. It's their fiberglass model. It's their entry-level model. But it is an incredible paddle, and it only runs $45 as well.
Wow.
So believe it or not, I came in under $100 with no codes.
Wow. So, by the way, our rules basically were we can use discount codes. So there's a bunch of discount codes out there everywhere. If you look around, most of the time I just type in PV Studio, honestly, and get a discount.
I use Will's sometimes.
Will's Pickleball.
Just to give him some love.
I think you could say overarching, almost you can get 10% off any of the major productions of pickleball just by looking for coupon codes, or on YouTube you can find those readily easily.
Yep.
Some of the other manufacturers, if you look, they always offer 10 to 25% off plus free shipping. So.
Yeah, and we're not including tax and shipping into our budgets either. Yeah. So just to keep that.
And a lot of if you buy from direct from manufacturers, a bunch of them do not charge taxes if they're out of state.
Yeah.
But if you buy from like Pickleball Central or something like that, there will be taxes. Although Pickleball Central has an ongoing 8% discount, like on everything, pretty much all the time.
Nice.
So you want to hear my second option, or do you want to?
You have two options for $100.
So that was my best option. So for $90, you get an incredible paddle and a very nice pair of shoes, right? I mean, they're not top tier, but they're great court shoes.
So you said you played with the Yola paddle before.
Yep.
Okay.
This is their fiberglass paddle. So
So it plays a little bit, fiberglass paddle is a little more poppy, a little bit more.
It is, but
okay.
it had a lot of grip. It had a lot of spin on it. So
That's
for a
good.
beginner paddle, it was a really nice paddle, right? It was. I'm not saying it's like the best in control, but it definitely could hit. It was hot enough, and it had enough spin. You could.
So those fiberglass paddles typically have like a grit spray or something like on that.
Yeah.
Just to let everybody know, disclaimer: the grit spray usually wears off a little bit faster. But
if you want to talk about the negatives, yes, the fiberglass paddles tend to wear faster than you're seeing with the carbon fiber and stuff. And so, this paddle is not something you're going to have for multiple years, but it'll get you in the door playing pickleball for 6 to 8 months, and you'll have a great time.
I absolutely want to talk about your negatives so that people don't vote for you.
Let's bring up the negatives.
I think anything you start with in the $100, you're gonna move on from, especially on the paddle front. You're gonna move on like within a couple of months to something else. So it's okay that and they're not gonna be playing super spinny stuff anyway. So
it's true. Yeah, and the cool thing is we don't know what we each drafted for these budgets.
We purposely did not talk at all.
So this is all a surprise to us. So it's a very interesting discussion.
So the other one I would throw out, because this is a real interesting company that I met out at Legacy a long time ago when they did the MLP, which they haven't done here for a couple of years now. But it's a company called 00.
Oh,
and they're out of New Zealand.
Are you sure?
Yeah, it's 00.
So 00 is out of New Zealand, and 60 is out of Australia.
Yes.
And they chose those names.
But here's why I chose them, right? So they actually do a raw. It's called the 00 Start Raw Carbon Fiber Pickleball Paddle, and it is $50.
Wow, raw carbon pickleball.
It is the only carbon paddle I could find under that, and I had met one of the people out there and played with it, but I didn't realize that their paddles are incredibly cheap.
Yeah.
And I don't know what the shipping costs to get it from New Zealand to United States, but again, to meet our criteria, for $100 you get a carbon paddle and a great pair of shoes.
That's what I was looking for 100, some kind of carbon fiber paddle. But $50. I didn't find one that cheap.
Yeah.
Nice job. Way to go.
Yeah, we'll put this in the comments after the video.
Wow. Yeah. No, that's good picks.
So those are my 2 picks. Yeah.
All right.
Cool.
We didn't say you could have 2 picks, but
okay,
we'll let you have it.
I have multiple choices.
Oh, come on, guys.
We're gonna make you work for it.
Somebody's pandering to the audience here.
But okay, so for my $100, I have not played with a couple of these paddles, but the Gearbox G12 is a fiberglass one, and it's their new entry level.
I don't know.
And it just came out. Gearbox usually is known for their quality and durability, and I'm assuming it's not going to be a bad paddle. And it's only $60 MSRP. So that's without a discount. Gearbox doesn't have discounts.
No.
So it's $60. But the other one I put in there is the old Ben Johns Franklin.
That's a great paddle too.
That's a good paddle. You can for $60 you can get it on Amazon. It's not bad. But what I want to put out there is that when I was doing the research, is there's a lot of stuff on sale. So I went to Pickleball Galaxy, which I like that site, and they had stuff where they had a ton of Vulcans where they were 50% off, and that made them $50.
Yeah.
And they had one Adidas called, I don't know much about it, but called Adidas S Nova. It's normally $150 and it has $100 off. So if it's a $150 paddle and you can get it for $49.99, I was like, okay, that might be a good idea. So I guess the reason I'm saying these is not necessarily to talk about these 50%, or I'm not to talk about the Vulcan or the Adidas, but to say there's a bunch of paddles out there with huge discounts. You might just want to go for one of these. I'm with you on the shoes. I didn't think I can fit shoes in the budget, but the Head Revolt is a very good shoe. There's a lot of people that love it. It's $100+, but you can find it on multiple places for $40, including Pickleball Galaxy. So, even Chris Olsen mentioned that he found it. We bought some for $40 at some point when they were on sale for.
Yeah, I still play with them. I like Head Revolts. They're nice. I think they have a warranty too. If it's your primary shoe.
6 months or something like that.
6 months if you wear it out. If you play pretty consistently, you can get it replaced. So Head Revolts, I like them. They're one of my go-to shoes.
For $40, they're crazy good.
Yeah.
And if you want a bag and you can fit it and you can get the discounts and whatnot, there's a bunch of sling bags, like Pickleball specific sling bags on Amazon for I found $15 and $19. Some are made by Franklin, some are made by a company called 002, and a bunch are just Chinese.
Are they from New Zealand as well?
I'm assuming
somewhere around that.
Somewhere around that area.
Somewhere in the Australian area.
That's how they name everything apparently. So that is my $100 list.
That's good. You fit a lot. You guys fit some good stuff. and a bunch of stuff. What's your total? Did you come up with a
Well,
total?
it depends on what you choose, but if
Oh.
you choose the Vulcan, it's $45.
So give me your
My total would be 45, 40, which is 85, 100, exactly 100.
Oh, nicely done. Way to go. Way to hit the 100.
You can get the sling bag, you can get the Revolt, you can get the Vulcan for $45, and the three of those are $100.
Okay, so
There you
that's
go.
that's
Nice.
with the Vulcan.
That's with the Vulcan. If you get the Ben Johns or the Adidas, you might have to not get the sling bag.
Gotcha. Nice. Okay. Yours is a little more modular. Pick your own.
Modular.
Pick your own thing. Yes. Okay. I've heard great things about the Ben Johns, the original
I
paddle.
played with it. I had one.
Did you?
It's
Oh
a
yeah.
great paddle, yeah.
So Ben Johns, obviously, if you guys don't know, still currently probably the best male player in the
Number
world. Although he's had a couple losses, but he's still amazing and still the best out there. He was with Franklin before he went to Yola, and he had this amazing paddle with Franklin that everybody spoke very highly of, very budget friendly, which was amazing. The grit wears a little fast, but overall really good.
It's not a great paddle by today's standards
Yeah.
or today's generations, but
Great
technology.
start,
But it's a great starter.
Mhm.
Like you can't go wrong with it. It's a great starter.
So I had some struggles with $100 budget.
No surprise.
Yeah. Anyways, so I was looking, like I was saying earlier, I was looking for a carbon fiber paddle, seeing what I can kind of fit in there. I was looking at some of the different brands that are out there. There's so many pickleball brands out there. I feel like if I'm a beginner, carbon fiber's kind of the standard. It's not going to be thermoformed like most paddles are these days that let you hit a little bit harder, that
Right.
let you have the edge foam. But I found a nice control paddle from Bread and Butter, who I think are really awesome. I've played with the Filth before. I've seen the Loco, I haven't played with it. That's their newer one. This is another paddle that I haven't played with before, but I just think it looks beautiful. It looks really cool. They make some really cool designs. This one's called the Bread and Butter Drip Pickleball Paddle. It is a T700 carbon fiber, so
Wow.
so very nice carbon fiber on there. 16 millimeter core thickness, polypropylene core.
How much is that again?
This one runs $95, but with a discount code, it runs $80.75.
So they got no money to get anything else.
I got money for one more.
I know how the
one
heck
more thing.
anybody's gonna vote for you, man.
Hey, you want a good paddle when you start, and
And break your
they make good paddles.
your ankles and
And by far, out of the different paddles, if you look this one up, the Bread and Butter Drip Pickleball Paddle, my favorite one is the Big Perp, is what it looks like. It's so cool. You gotta look cool when you're going into the pickleball.
Jack is into looks.
I think
We talked about this before.
Aesthetics.
We talked about this before about your cotton candy onesies and
It's
these
true.
weird
I'm
things.
into a whole package. Colors are cool. This one's got super cool colors. If you're into colors that pop and you're gonna pop out there, I think it's a really
You're
cool
definitely going to
design.
stand out with that paddle.
He's to the point where his wife makes fun of him because of colors.
That's true. My wife does make fun of me. I am I don't know, must be midlife crisis kind of
Yes,
thing. I
it
don't know
is.
exactly what it is.
All right, so you have a total of $15 left.
So 20, almost $19.25. Also, with this, because you're just getting started in pickleball, Bread and Butter has this 30-day love it or return it policy, which a lot of pickleball companies, I say, probably have a 6-month warranty or something like that against defects.
But once you use it, it's over.
Once you use it, it's over. This one's got a 30-day love it or return it policy. So if you don't love it, you're getting started in pickleball. If you don't like it, you can return it back to them. It's really awesome, especially if you're getting started. If you don't like the paddle, send it back, right? It's really awesome.
All right.
So the other thing, which I don't think you guys got pickleballs.
Don't look at my.
Yeah, don't look.
Don't
You got-
look. Well, wait, what's going on here?
No. So what's weird is you guys
I have
got,
Franklin balls.
Okay.
I didn't
On
mention
your
that.
$100. Okay.
On my $100, and you can fit it if you get
The 3-pack. If
Yeah.
you get okay.
Yeah.
So you can't play pickleball without pickleballs. So they're relying on you to go to the court and borrow balls
Yes.
from somebody.
Yes. You can go. It's like anybody have a ball. Somebody's gonna come up with a ball, and
Which
it's like
is
it's
true.
okay.
I always.
I had $10 left in my budget, so you can get some balls with that.
It's true. I always play with Sam's balls. So.
Oh wow.
They're bright yellow. So, a ball that I feel like we've come to use as pretty much as a staple. Our group, we've tried a whole bunch of different ones, and there's certain advantages and disadvantages to all of them. But I think a good beginner ball overall is the Franklin X40 ball. It's a bright color. You want to get the optic so it stands out. They have a 3-pack on the website that costs $11.99. You can get a 15% off
Or
for your
cheaper on
first order.
Amazon.
Yeah, you can find them for cheaper anywhere. Sometimes Franklin will have promos. They sent me 3 free ones the other day, which was awesome. Shout out to Franklin. But they play a little bit slower than some of the other ones like Dura that are out there. So good ball to kind of get
But
started
they're
with.
pretty much the only ball that stays in round.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's the key thing.
That's
right
the key
there.
thing. I mean, I feel like we started to go away from Franklin's when we were doing more tournaments, and so we had to get used to the Dura, and then the Vulcan came out, and we bought a bunch, and then we're like, man, this out of round thing sucks so much.
Yeah.
And we started gravitating again towards Franklin because they're the only ones.
Yeah, all of those.
Yeah. I hear Vulcans, remaking their resin and everything like
They
that.
are,
So
but
hopefully it gets better. The official ball of PPA. Every association has their own ball now. Franklin, I forget, is it APP? I forget who Franklin
I think
is.
it's APP. Yeah.
But it doesn't go out around as much. From the temperatures that we play in, we play mostly indoor, and we live in Arizona, so it's not like it gets super cold. We don't see it cracking as much as the other balls too, so that's really nice. Obviously, if you're starting, you don't want a ball to kind of break on you right away. It's hit or miss sometimes, but the Franklin X40 tends to be a pretty good one for us. So adding those two up, the total cost. Oh, I also have room for a paddle cleaner. So you can get one at Amazon for $5.99 to clean your carbon fiber paddle of your ball grit. So once you start hitting pickleballs, it builds up all these little plastic pieces on your paddle. If you have a carbon fiber paddle, you can clean it off with these rubber erasers. So there's a pickleball paddle eraser on Amazon. There's a bunch of them. One's for $5.99. So you add it up, you get $96.94. So I come in with 3 things right below 100. An amazing paddle that has a return policy, a set of 3 balls, and a paddle cleaner.
And your ankle will break in the first 2 days.
I wish I could.
Just saying.
Yeah.
It's true. I wish I
And
could.
you'll quit pickleball.
Don't wear running shoes. Yeah, everybody's
It's just there's no
Don't wear running shoes.
lateral stability. So
Yes. There are some pickleball shoes and tennis shoes out there too that I tried first. If you have weaker ankles, which I have smaller ankles, and I played with the Babolat, they were really fast, but I tweaked my ankle all the time on there. I rolled it a little bit. So need to get some more supportive shoes. But we'll go into that in the next round. But $200 budget, Bill. What do you got?
All right, let's get to this. So let's see if we can.
You gotta unlock your phone. We were talking to.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, Bill is.
All right, so again, two options here for $200. So we'll go back. We'll start with shoes first. So these are some of my favorite shoes. These are the Skechers Vipers. Not the new version.
Not the Pro.
Not the Pro.
$70
But right now you can pick these up for under $80. Right, for $85 you can pick up the Vipers.
Is that with discounts?
Wait,
No, that's without a discount. So for $20 you can still get another. You can
They
get down
have
to
25%
almost,
off right now.
Yeah, so you can get
They
down to
usually
almost $60.
always have 20 or 25% off.
I will say it about Skechers. They usually, because I get just blasted with emails and texts. 25% off free shipping. You're a member, 25% off. So almost consistently you get 25% off with Skechers. So that's a pretty simple thing. So the Skechers Vipers, I love them. I've worn, I don't know, probably 3 or 4 pairs of those out. I think I turned Jeff on and a couple other people onto those, and everybody just seems to
We
love
both wear
those.
Skechers now.
Yeah.
Who are the Skechers? Do those have Goodyear tread?
Yeah, they have the Goodyear tread on the bottom. They last a long time. That's one of the things I really like. They last 4, 5, 6 months if you play every day with a single pair. I buy 2 pairs and they've lasted almost a year now, and I have to replace them soon. So that's the first part. That gives me my kind of $80 plus. And then here would be my best paddle in the $100 range. I'll just throw this out there. The Rhombus, the R116.
I do love Rhombus.
And I'll tell you,
How much is that guy?
so that is $120 with the discounts, $108. So you can
That's a good
you
one.
can get a Rhombus
Yeah.
with the shoes for $200 easily, right? And have a little left over. And that Rhombus, I picked the 1 versus they have a 1, 2, and 3. The 1 is the hybrid shape, and I think everybody's migrating now more to the hybrid shape.
Totally.
The 3 is the elongated, and I think you own the 3, I own the 1. We've played with both. I prefer the hybrid shape over elongated. That's just my play style. But yeah, so that's a great paddle. I bring it out, play outside with it, still to this day with that paddle. So again, $120 without a discount.
I agree, and I'm gonna digress a little bit, but I think that hybrid thing, or even I think people are going away from more and more from elongated and becoming more of hybrid or what do they call the standard shape?
Standard shape.
Yeah, but I love the hybrid shape more.
So I think part of that is because I feel like technology is getting so elongated. Typically has like a higher swing weight, so you get more power in your drives, right? I feel like technology is getting there, that they're coming up with things within the paddle that'll give you the power that you need, but the hybrid will give you a little bit lower of a swing weight.
So
too.
again, the comment was yesterday, if you're just coming to pickleball, you know, again, a hybrid shape is going to be more of that wide body shape. It's going to give you a bigger sweet spot. You're going to have more fun playing pickleball with this. Elongated, if you get to the point in your game where you know you want that and you can use it and you experience it, great. But coming into pickleball, you don't want to grab an elongated paddle right off because it's going to twist. You're going to have really bad shots. You're going to be hitting stuff all over. You want a wide body or a hybrid shape to kind of get into the game.
Good point, Bill.
Yeah.
Good thing we invited Bill.
It's a good thing. Surprise! Mine is going to be an elongated.
All right. So like I told you, I did two options. So the other one, and we've played with this, and this is another one of my favorite paddles. So I got to knock down the shoes. So this is another pair of shoes I really liked. The Adidas Game Court 2, not the 2.0, the 2. They now you can buy them for $60 all day long, right? So again, their shoes used to be $100 plus bucks. Now some great shoes around the $65 mark. But that allowed me to get the Volair Mark 1.
Oh, you got wait, you got two paddles?
No, this is the second option.
If
So
you
the first option
buy
is
this shoe, then you can
so
get the
if you
Volair.
buy the shoe, you can buy
Option
the
two.
Volair Mark 1, and that is an incredible paddle if you've ever had a chance or know anybody who's played with it. But that paddle runs $140, $125 with the code, the 10% off code.
Mark 1 or Mach 1?
The Mach 1.
Yeah, okay, thanks.
What I said, I'm sorry. The Mach 1. And the reason I wanted to throw that out there is because that gives you two options at that price range. The 14 millimeter is the power, and the 16 is the control. If you're coming in, you probably want the control. But if you wanted a power paddle for, again, under $200, you have a great pair of shoes and a nice power paddle. And I mean, if you talk to anybody and you go do reviews, you'll find that the Mach 1 is high on everybody's list.
Yeah, those Volairs typically rate really high on spin.
Yeah.
The Mach 1, I believe, at least until recently, I'm not sure if it's changed, Juliet Arnold was still using the Mach 1 over the later version ones. But yeah, a ton of pro players who use Volair. It's good solid brand. Yep.
Good stuff, Bill.
And they got good packaging too. I
Yeah,
think.
they do. Their packaging is super nice.
Yeah.
All right.
So for me, the 200, I don't have multiple choices in the paddle. I chose the Vatic Pro Prism.
Very good
That's
choice.
a great.
It's a go-to. It's $100. You get $10 off. It's $90. I haven't played with it personally, but I know a lot of people that play with it. You have?
I had that.
You had that, right?
He did. Yeah, he had it for a long time.
It is such a crazy value for $90. It's probably the best paddle you can get for $90.
What shape is it?
It's
I
hybrid
want to
too.
say it's
It's
a hybrid.
hybrid?
Yeah.
It's not thermoform.
I think it's a hybrid, but I'm not sure if it's
they're-
circular from the top.
Okay.
No, Prisms are.
Prisms are thermoform?
Prisms and the Pros, yeah.
Okay.
Because I've had D-Land issues with the Pro.
Yep.
That's why I know they're thermoform.
Yeah.
Shoes, I chose the Skechers Viper. I'm a big Skechers. I tried before the Skechers. I tried K-Swiss. I tried New Balance. I've not tried the Adidas, but I really gravitate towards the Skechers. They're much more cushy. They give you the stability, and my leg just after 3 hours of playing, my feet just feel like so much less pain than the other shoes. So,
Viper Pro.
Viper, and because
Viper,
we're
yeah.
still in the 200
Yeah.
range. So if you want to go cheaper, Head Revolt, you can't go wrong with them. I have wider feet, so if you have wider feet, Skechers offers that, and the regular Viper are actually already a relaxed fit. But if you have narrower feet, maybe the Revolt is better for you. I tried it, but it was too narrow for me. And then I put an eraser, I put some Franklin balls, and I put Overgrip, which my preferred one
Dang it,
is.
yeah.
I forgot to put Overgrip in.
Same
there.
here.
Yeah, Overgrip, which is Wilson Pro. It depends on the quantity you get. I get them in a dozen for $20, but you can get a pack of 3 for like $7 something, locally or on Amazon. So that rounds out my $200.
That's great. If I could pick anything to add to any of these things, Overgrip would be a must.
And which one you go to?
It's also the Wilson. I've tried the ADV. I haven't tried the Yonex. I want to try the Yonex. I forget what the latest Drippin'. U-Drippin' or something. like that.
Dripping, yeah.
It's the U-Drippin' is a little thinner than the Wilson. It feels like still very good tackiness. It feels like it doesn't last as long, but I know a lot of people who really like the U-driven one.
What overgrip do you use?
I love the Turna. I love the Turna. I love the Max.
Turna,
Which Turna?
So I have the
Max
Tack and the Max Tack. The Max Tack only comes in blue, but if you get the Tack, I got the orange now, and I kind of like that playing with it. I just like that cloth feel. I don't like the plasticky and the tacky feel of the Wilson. But again, these are personal preferences, right? So the other one I've tried is Lizard Skins because I ride bikes, and so I thought they'd make a great product, and I'm not a fan of their product. Right? It's a very plasticky, grippy kind of thing, and it's great if you're riding bikes for handle grips, but it
Too
just
much.
did for me. It just didn't work with pickleball. But again, these are all personal preferences, right? So you have to play with it to figure if you like it.
Yeah, I've tried the Turna grips too. I mean,
because you're going to a different subject. So you have the Hexa underneath your overwrap, so you actually play with.
That's in my $500 list.
Okay.
that you just added. Well, right now.
Listen, it's
I
before it
saw
went
it.
live. It's before I said it live. I remembered it.
Yeah, way to go.
There's a future edition, right? You can do
Yeah.
grips and how you do paddle
Exactly.
grips.
What were your guys' total costs on your options? We didn't go over. Sorry. What was your total cost on what?
So I was running with the Valera Mach 1 and the shoes. I was right at $200
Right at
with the
200?
discount code. Yeah.
Okay, with the discount code.
The other one had about $15 left. So again, you can buy some balls with that type
Yeah,
of stuff.
definitely get some balls too.
I'm way under 200. 90 for the Prism. The Skechers shoes, you can get them for about 60 with a discount, or if you get the Head Revolt at 40. The Overgrip, if you get 3 of them, it's $7, and Eraser is like $6-7.
Yep.
Some Franklin or other balls, I'm like 160, 170.
Okay, nice.
Oh, I guess you can get a sling bag too for $20 or
$20.
so, and that rounds up to about 190, 195.
Yeah. All right, so my $200 budget option, it's very similar to my 100 except different paddle, and then I also added an item too. So the paddle that I went with is Neonic Force. It's a thermoform paddle. It's elongated. It is a Toray T700 carbon fiber. So Toray is the top of the market carbon fiber. So Toray T700 carbon fiber coming in at $99.99, but $89.99 with discount code, which is a really great price for thermoformed and really nice carbon fiber on there as well. Average swing weight of 117, which isn't too bad. It's on the medium side. Thickness of 16 millimeters as well. So thermoformed is going to offer you a little bit more power. It only comes in one shape, elongated. So you're going to get, a little bit more power. It's I haven't played with it personally. I've heard great things about it.
I've heard great things about Neonic. I think Vatic Pro is better.
I've heard great things about Vatic Pro
I'll take my Valera.
as well.
I like
Yeah.
that.
And Valera is nice too, but 6-month warranty on that one as well. I think it's currently on back order, but
Great.
very popular paddle.
Yeah,
That's what
Here's
it
a
means.
paddle you can
It's
buy.
a very popular paddle.
Try and get a pair of Skechers right now, Satinas.
They're out of all the sizes.
I know, yeah, exactly. Pickleballs, I went with the Franklin X40s again. I already talked about that from last time. Shoes, I was able to fit in the Skechers Viper Court Pro. So that's their top of the line pickleball paddle shoe or pickleball shoes. They're constantly changing their colorways, but like Bill and Sam just mentioned, it's hard to find like the right sizes and colors that you like. Not all of them come in wide. Very few of them come in wide. Fortunately, I don't have to be limited by the wide, but it's just if you see your size, make sure you buy it, especially when there's a discount going on. I would say. So that comes in at $115, $93 with a discount code though usually, because there's like Sam said, it's usually at least 20% or 25% off.
Yep.
This one is a 20%.
I got the Viper Court Pros once for about
86.
I got them in the
Holy
60s,
moly.
$65. There was a 25% coupon and another coupon that was stackable for 20 or 25. And I was like, I'm pretty sure it's gonna reject it at the the checkout. It didn't, and I bought 2 pairs at $65.
Yeah, I think my last 2 pairs were $86. I think I got that coupon. There was a stackable on there. If you bought more than one pair of shoes.
Exactly. So sometimes you can get really good coupons with Skechers.
Yeah, and the biggest thing is comfortable support. My ankles, like I said, it's a very good support on my ankles. The head revolts are good support on my ankles too. So I like that. It doesn't hurt you after a while playing. and they're quite durable. So, and like I said, they're coming out with new colorways all the time. I
And
feel
your
like
total is?
I'm not even done yet.
Uh-oh.
Paddle cleaner,
Take your time, guy.
and that's it. Paddle cleaner. So we got a pretty nice paddle, really nice shoes, paddle cleaner. Total comes to $199.18. Boom!
Right.
Hey, wait, is there a
Squeaking.
bonus to like pay more? Like mine is 170. Isn't that a better? Like
No.
you're
You
proud
have
of
the
getting
budget.
199.18.
Because you have a
So
budget.
you're gonna
I'm
spend
gonna push
every
it.
penny.
I'm gonna push it. Yeah, to get you the best equipment that's available.
Sure.
And those things. Oh, I forgot the balls. Yeah, balls, cleaner. I got 4 things.
Yeah.
Yeah. All right.
Happy for
If
you.
your spouse gives you $200, you burn $200.
Yeah, exactly. Because the next time, if you
Yeah,
come back
yeah,
with 170,
yeah.
they're not gonna give you 200 again. Here's another one.
I'm married, but I don't have that problem.
All right, Bill. Here's your
Around to the
big
big
boy
one?
budget.
All right,
Big
so
boy
for
budget.
$500, it's I got again 2 options. So let's throw this out there. So this is one of my we're talking about some of my favorite paddles. We'll start with the shoes first. I'm gonna go with the Skechers Viper Pros.
Yep.
Again, around $115,
Ooh.
80 to $90 if you get the codes on those. But again, the Skechers, again, I think all of us agree they're a wonderful shoe. Lateral stability is incredible in those things. They
Mhm.
wear great. I know people that go with shoes 2-3 times faster than we do. So,
Yeah.
great
What's
pair
your
of shoes.
color preference on them?
I like the orange now. I
Yeah.
was a black guy, but
I ordered the
I
orange.
like the orange. The orange is
I
really
ordered
hot.
the
right
orange
now,
is cool.
so-
Tyson McGuffin wore it at one of the most recent tournaments. They're
Yeah.
really cool. Yeah.
all right, so from there, from the shoes, so that puts me in about the $95 range. Then 6-0 Black Diamond Infinity.
Mm.
I have the double Black Diamond Infinity. I personally love that paddle. It's a high control paddle, but I play these guys and I just don't have the power to compete with them most days, man. I'm hitting that ball hard and it's just not the same level of power that other guys. are throwing
Gearbox,
back at
baby.
me. But again, but this is the 6-0 Black Diamond Infinity, not the double Black Diamond, the Black
Yeah.
Diamond Infinity. And this thing is high on power, high on pop, great on control, high on spin. Right? It's one of their top tier paddles
Yeah.
that they offer.
And the latest one, they increased dramatically the twist weight. So the instability they had from being edgeless is gone.
Yep.
So that's good. I haven't tried it, but that's what I hear.
Yeah,
I forget. The
so
difference
we-
between the two is it just the core that makes the difference?
It is.
It's the core.
Yeah.
Wait, no.
They're both 16
No,
millimeters.
the double
the black diamond
Is
is
it 14?
fiberglass.
Oh, it's fiberglass.
No, not the Black Diamond. Isn't fiberglass. It's carbon.
I thought the black diamond power is fiberglass.
Power, but this is the Black Diamond Infinity.
Okay. Well, we'll
So
look
this
into
is-
that.
The new stuff 6.0 is coming out with fiberglass. I don't know if
I
this
see.
particular is that one.
I'm
Yeah.
probably right, guys. It's fiberglass.
So we were going to talk about positive and negative paddles. So the one thing that 6-0's done is they've gone edgeless. And their paddles, by doing that, they're super light. They're fast in the hands. They're really great. But the twist weight was a little wonky to start with, right? But like Sam was saying, they've now kind of corrected for that. So now they're edgeless, they're fast, and they have some twist weight. So they're not moving around a lot. You don't have to put a lot of weights on them to kind of counteract that negative in the paddle.
Mm-hmm. I really like the double Black Diamond Infinity. It just, like you said, it's the put away power against some people. You can't.
Yeah.
It's hard.
Yeah.
But I love the speed in the hands.
And the net, it's fantastic.
Yeah.
All right, so that puts me around $300. So a couple of things. If you buy the 6-0 paddle, you have to have the 6-0 bag. Their pro bag is pretty awesome. I do like it. I think you had it for a while.
I have it still. That's one I use.
It's $140, $125 with a code. So that would be my other piece in there. Then I would go and I'd say, since you're beginning pickleball and you basically have some money to burn, I would do something really unique. I would go buy the Turn of Pickleball caddy
What
for
is that?
$45. So this allows you to basically
that's the deluxe
carry a
caddy.
bunch of balls to the court, right? So you can practice, so you can actually play with some folks, right? And it's basically help yourself train and get ready for pickleball.
That's a good one.
Hey
A lot
guys,
of
who
people don't
who
do-
needs
yeah.
balls?
But believe it or not, it's a nice carry all. You can put a number of balls there. You can actually use little things. It's got some rollers on it, and that only runs $45. That's a really reasonable thing.
It was back
And
ordered
then
forever, but it's in
that
stock
gave
now.
me into what I now love as my personal favorite ball is the Gamma Chuck ball. So that allows you to have 12 balls on top of that. So that runs you about $40. So you get the paddle, you get the shoes, you get the bag, you get the carrier, and some balls all for $500.
What do you like about the Gamma Chuck?
The Gamma Chuck have not broken. They have not gone out around. I will say
Slightly out of round. They're
I-
not as
I-
round as Franklin,
we-
but they're nowhere
we
close
have
to
to- we have
Duras
to-
and
we
Vulcan.
have to put this in context. I bought 12. I've given away 4. We finally, the one that we've used for over 6 weeks, finally cracked on Thursday night, and we had one we pulled out of the box, and it was wobbly. So out of 12, we had 1 wobbly, and 1 lasted 6 weeks of our play, which is pretty dang long in our group.
So Gamma Chuck is the official ball of Duper.
Yeah. I like so you convinced me with it. We played with it last week, and we played with it the week before, and I like it a lot. I like that it's faster than the Franklin because I don't want to get used to the Franklin too much.
Yeah.
Which one? Oh,
This is the Chuck.
That's the Chuck.
So it's yellow, but you can't really tell. I don't know if you can really tell. That's the yellow, and this is a Franklin.
yeah. So that is my only con with it is that if you play these back to back, this is so much more visible when it's like the optic yellow versus the regular yellow. And I really wish they made this more, or at least I hope they do make it an optic because it's a big difference on the court. But that's my only thing. If this was optic, this would be my go-to ball right now. But
So Jeff and Jamie will not play with this ball
Yeah,
because
yeah.
they can't see
Jeff
this.
doesn't play with
Oh
this.
yeah. Well, Jeff.
We have friends that don't play with this because they're like, I can't see the ball. So I think it's a little bit extreme, Jeff. Calm down. But it's a great ball.
What about the Selkirk S1s? Tell me what are your thoughts on this?
So okay, okay, the Selkirk S1s. I have 2 problems with it. One is I play with it mainly with a gearbox, Power Pro, and I went to a class with Kyle Casuto for a weekend, and I had a brand new paddle, and I think it's the compound because they warranty it for a year not to crack. I think the compound is so strong that it made these scratches deep into the paddle that won't come off with an eraser, that won't come off with a reset spray, nothing. So and he's sponsored by Selkirk, and I'm not saying anything bad about Selkirk, I'm just saying the compound is so strong that if there are certain paddles, the Gearbox Pro included, it will give you permanent scratches and they won't go out. And since then, if I'm playing with a Gearbox, I refuse to play with a Selkirk ball. It doesn't do the same thing with the Ruby, for example, that I play with, or at least it's not visible. But it does it with the Gearbox, and that is my biggest problem. And it also goes out around, not as bad as Vulcan, but it does go out around.
It lasts a couple of games.
I guess
Vulcans haven't lasted a full game yet.
Yeah. The big thing about Selkirk is the warranty. They're going to last forever if you want a ball that doesn't crack, but you don't care about anything else. I guess the Selkirk is it.
Yeah.
But I'm not willing. I'd rather throw away a ball every couple of weeks that doesn't kill my $275 paddle. You know, it just doesn't make sense.
Right. No. Sorry.
No, it's all right.
Go ahead, Bill.
So that kind of was my first thing. So again, the 6.0 Black Diamond Infinity, the Sketcher Viper Pro shoes, the 6.0 Pro Bag, the Turno ball, Pickleball ball port caddy, and then the Gamma Chuck balls.
Nice.
So my second option, I think, kind of just to be more mainstream, because I think everybody's playing with this, but this is my wrinkle on this. I really like the Gearbox Pro Control Integra.
Yeah.
I played with all 4 models when they came out. We got some previews, some demo editions. I really like the control because, again, I'm more of a control player, but that power just had too much power. And unless you really had to tailor your game down, those balls were outer in the net constantly for me. And again, I'm not a big fan of elongated paddles. I like more of the hybrid. And again, they call it the Integra.
Totally
And the reason is because you now have a hot paddle and you elongate it, your sweet spot goes from this to this. And so if you hit anything just outside that sweet spot, that ball's flying and it's moving, right? And so you're making a lot of misses, a lot of mistakes. You're giving your opponents a lot of benefits or outballs, right? And so I like the Integra versus the elongated version of that paddle. But again, that's $274, and it's, again, there's no discount on that type of stuff, right? So you're eating most of your budget just with that. But the other thing, I'm not sure you guys did this, but so I'll just say, so that's my paddle. The shoes would be the Viper Pro again, right? And then I'd pick the new ADV Pickleball bag.
Oh man, you stole that from me.
You can get it for $175. You guys demoed it in the last pro video, the last.
That was the previous one.
Oh wait, no, you're talking about the tennis one.
The ADV, no, the Pickleball one.
Oh, they have
the Pickleball one is right now.
On
it has
Kickstarter.
14 days left on Kickstarter.
Yes, and
the one we demoed was the tennis one.
Tennis one, yeah.
So
Fits
we
everything.
both already are paid for the Kickstarter.
Yeah.
We backed the Kickstarter.
So again, again, the
I agree.
ADB bag is really awesome.
Yeah,
so
I
that's
agree.
$175 still on the early bird special for the next
Yeah.
couple of weeks if
Yep.
you want to buy it, right? And then that tops out my. Then
Yeah.
you don't get any balls or
Did
anything.
you order
but
one
again,
on Kickstarter?
I'm going to. Yeah.
I'm excited about that one. I'm also excited about the kitchen bag, KITCHN. They have pre-orders going on for their bag. It's a little smaller of a bag, but it has some really cool features. Their
It does.
ball gutter, magnetic like sunglasses.
And the shoe bag
Yeah.
clips on, yeah.
The shoe bag clips
That's
on.
the part that
I
throws
don't.
me away.
Yeah, I don't really
Because
care about that.
he doesn't carry shoes with him. He
Yeah.
wears them to the court.
Yeah.
I don't, and I don't like that it's just
Yeah.
this external thing.
But I do want to use it for like my work bag / pickleball bag.
Right.
Because when I go to work, I don't want to leave my paddles in the car. I don't want them laminating in our 100-degree weather. And I feel weird bringing a backpack and everybody can see me with pickleball paddles. So it's nice to have that hybrid bag with the space for a laptop sleeve as well. Yeah.
In my opinion, you did the right thing. If you buy that bag, I would get the one from Bread and Butter
Yeah.
because the internals of it is so cool.
That's
It's
cool.
like orange and this has very nice graphics and it's gonna be nice. It's easy to find stuff, but it's also just
Yeah.
more fun.
So Bread and Butter did a collab with Kitchen, and
Yeah.
they have their own like little designs.
Version.
Same bag, just the little designs that
I like it more.
are really fun. Yeah, same here. Some bright orange pop outs in there, so
Cool.
I'm excited. Can't wait
Yep.
for both of those bags.
All right, so
Yeah.
those are my options. So Sam, what do you got?
Thank
Good
you.
picks, Bill. Go for
Okay,
it.
so I gave 3 options for the paddles.
What the
because
F? Come on.
if you're paying $500,
That's
you're
true.
likely not a beginner,
Alright.
right? So you kind of know what your game is. So I put a paddle for the power player, the ones that wants all the power, a paddle for like the, what they call all court, which is like it has some power and it has some control, and I put a paddle for full control. So Gearbox Power Pro Integra Fusion, I totally agree with you. We both had elongated, and I think the Integra / Fusion plays a lot better. The sweet spot is better. There's these misses that you get on the top of the elongated one. It feels like the sweet spot is smaller or just more.
It's narrower.
It's narrower. So I would go with Integra. So if you want power, I would go with that one.
Also, the hand speed significantly better with the Integra.
I cannot believe how much just half an inch
changes
so much in the hand speed of the neck.
That's what she said.
Yeah. I do like the Integra a lot.
Yeah. It used to be called the Fusion. That's why he said Integra
Yeah.
Fusion. It used to be named the Fusion. I don't know why
If
they
you order it
rebranded
now, you may get Integra, you may get Infusion, depending on who has what stock. But
Not
I've
in-
gotten both.
not in
They're the
Fusion.
same thing, yeah.
Fusion.
Oh, Fusion.
Fusion.
That's right. We're pharmacists, so Infusion is a thing for us. Ruby is the all court one.
Yes.
So 200, but 180 with the code, and I go between those two right now. So right now I'm playing half with Ruby and half with the Gearbox, and I can't make up my mind on which one I'm going to stick with long term. But I also ordered a bunch of the new Gen 3 paddles, so I'm probably going to switch to those anyway.
So many paddles coming out. Thrive Azul. We have the carbon
ordered
fiber
that
cover.
already?
Yep.
Yeah.
Yola's coming out with one that's supposed to have similar.
In April.
We believe similar technology to the Gearbox.
Yep.
You just mentioned that Rhombus is coming out with
Rhombus
stuff.
is
Rhombus has
tomorrow.
got 4 new paddles coming out. I actually played with
Tomorrow.
a couple.
Tomorrow, yeah.
I played with them already.
Did you?
Really?
How do you like them?
I did
The
like them.
FX, right?
What? Yep.
The Pulsar FX.
Yep.
Which
Are we allowed to
thinking-
talk? I don't know if we're allowed to talk about them, but yeah.
Why not?
Yeah.
I don't
And
know.
another
Tomorrow, I guess.
And
Wait,
another,
wait,
somebody
are
with
you-
another podcast.
Is this something that you would order?
What?
Is
Yes.
this okay.
I probably will. It
The R1 shape?
So personally, I want to see what Eula's coming out with.
Yes, yeah.
Because I think they may up Gearbox right now, right?
Yeah.
If they have the power with more control than Gearbox,
Yes.
I'm buying that.
That's the rumors.
I was told that the Yola has the gearbox power, but with the feel and sensitivity of a regular carbon
Yeah,
fiber.
if they do that,
Yeah.
I'll buy
These
it.
are all
Exactly,
rumors.
Exactly.
Yeah.
It's a.
But again, Rhombus makes great paddles.
They
They're
do.
high quality,
Yeah.
and I played with their new. I think it's the FX series. They're wonderful, man. I like them. They're a step up from the Pulsar that have been.
A little more power and pop?
Yep. But again, just as plush.
Gonna
That
buy more
same
paddles?
that same plush feel.
Probably.
Yeah.
I mean, it's
think
on
you
sale
and I-
tomorrow for $140.
Oh,
I
is
think
it?
you and I are gonna buy like 6 paddles in the next month.
There's a
each.
ton that are coming out in April and in May. We should probably buy different paddles.
Yeah, I'll
But
probably
we'll
buy
probably
some more
get all the
6.0
same ones.
I'll probably buy some more 6.0 paddles because the fiberglass stuff's coming out. I want to try some.
Did you guys hear about that 160? So one of the founders of 60, I guess co-founders, I guess they split off from 60. They made their own paddle. I forget what it's called, but
No, I don't.
okay. Anyways,
So my control paddle is the Lux. I had a Lux. I'm not a control paddle kind of player, but you know, from everything I know, the Lux is like the ultimate control paddle. So if you want really good control, go for the Lux. Skechers Viper Pro shoes is my go-to. The bags, the Carbon and the 6-0 bags are like the same design. The 6-0 is a little bit bigger. I have both of them. I switched to the 6-0 because I carry a lot of paddles with me, but I like the Carbon more as far as like materials and how it holds itself together and stuff like that. I just like the size of the 6-0 more because it's bigger. But if you don't need to carry 6 paddles with you, then I would go the Carbon. But over these two, I would also recommend the ADV that's on Kickstarter right now. I ordered one personally, and I'm really looking forward to it. Over grips, the Wilson one. Sweatbands, if you want like hand sweatbands or whatnot, we found that ADV ones are amazing. We didn't use them until like a month ago, and then you got them and we tried them, and I think they're better than like the Nike, the Adidas, you know, your regular.
You guys always wear Lululemon in that.
Well, they're thinner, which is nice. I think they're bamboo, I believe. I forget what the material is, but they're thinner. They're very absorbent. They're a little tight, so if you have thicker wrists,
They loosen up though.
They do. But it's nice that they lay a little flatter on your wrist than some of the puffy ones that you get.
I totally switched to them. I like them a lot. And then I started putting some like apparel. So like if you don't want to pay too much, I think the Under Armour Tech 2, they're called. That's what I've been using for a while now. They're very good. They're good, like, you know, wicking, cooling shirts, if you will. Especially if you sweat as much as I do. I put Viore or Stack shorts, depending on what you like. Since you have a $500 budget, you can go for these. Carbon glasses, I think you
That's
should.
the part I forgot. I was going to put glasses in.
I think if you're going to do $500 and you're going to go into power paddles, I think you should buy some glasses. I think Tifosi makes ones that I bought. They're not bad for $25 if it fits in the budget. But I really like the Carbon. They're super modular. They're $95 and I think they're $80 out the door with a discount. So I would go with these. Gamma Chuck balls is what I put in this category here. Reset spray. I put that in here because erasers work for carbon fiber ones, but they don't work for the Kevlar ones. So if you're gonna get the Ruby that I put in there, or you know,
the Loco
or the Thrive or the Pickleball Apes,
yeah.
The Loco is carbon fiber, I think, isn't it?
No, the new one's
It mix.
Oh,
isn't
it's
it?
mixed.
Mix
The
of
Loco's
Kevlar.
Kevlar.
Oh, just Kevlar.
Oh,
So you gotta try something else. I got the Reset a week ago. It works pretty good. Assuming it's good for Kevlar, so you might want to get that. It's like $20-ish, $18. And then Hesicor. Hesicor is this grip, under grip, that you replace the original grip with, and then you put an over grip on. I personally like it. It kind of, my fingers fit in a place, and I kind of know where they're supposed to stay, and it takes a little bit of those vibrations, especially with stuff with like less twist weight, you know, or the sweet spot is not that big. Gearbox is one of them. So I have that on my Gearbox. I don't have it yet on my Ruby. I don't know if I need it on the Ruby because it doesn't have as much shaking, but I like the Hesicors.
I'm not as big of a fan of the Hesicors because they lock my hands in place, I feel like, but a lot of people like the Hesicors.
I think it feels weird, and you just got to get through a few days of playing with it.
Yeah.
Once you do, you're going to be like, okay, I get it.
It makes it really easy to index, right?
Yeah, exactly.
From your continental,
Index,
your
that's the word I was looking for. Yep. So I like them. There is a knockoff brand on Amazon that I got as low as $12. And if you think Hesicor is like the hexagons are too protruding, that one is a lot less, you know, pronounced. And therefore, if you want like a Hesicor feel, but you don't want to feel super indexed or like locked in place, then I can't remember the name of it, but if you search Hesicor on Amazon, it's like the second one.
And if you're installing the Hesicor grip, just make sure you look up a YouTube video. They're not the easiest to install, but there's some good tips and tricks out there, right?
Yeah, Edju put a YouTube video, and I tried it. Basically, just put it in warm water, slip it.
I'll give you one better, because we do this with mountain bikes, right? So when you put grips on, you take hairspray, put hairspray in there, and you put it on there, and the alcohol evaporates, but they're really easy to get on, and they stay there.
Really?
Interesting.
Yeah.
I also heard that really easy way to put it on the Facebook groups is a very little bit of WD-40.
Yeah.
Makes sense. All right. Well, I have a lot of. very similar stuff to you guys. Gearbox Power Pro, that's my, so I didn't give options. I just stuck within a budget, and I figured this is what I would recommend.
Good for you, Jack.
Yes. But we all interpreted the test
Yeah.
differently. So, Gearbox Power Pro, that's what I play with currently, the Integra or the Fusion shape. Like Sam mentioned, I started with the elongated. I do put some tungsten along the sides. So this is the Integra that I have. I have an overgrip, and then tungsten along the sides, and then want to make sure that you put like some kind of edge guard on the top. Yeah. Thin paddle, 14 millimeters. It's a Toray T700 carbon fiber too, so top of the line carbon fiber, really nice. Paddle 270 runs at $274.99.
No discounts.
No discounts, debatable. There have been some quality issues that you definitely find out there. You see people talking about it. For the most part, it sounds like they've been warrantying them.
I warranted one.
Yeah.
I got
No problems.
I got a chip-ish thing on the bottom, and I sent them a picture, and they sent me a new one right away.
The two that I've gotten so far, the three that I've gotten so far, one elongated, two fusions, haven't had any problems. Fusion/Integras haven't had any issues. So in this area, pickleballs again. Obviously, I want you to come with some balls to the court and try out some different balls. This time I'm offering some different choices. Your $500 budget, you want to play with some different balls, right? So we got the Franklin X40, still 3-pack. Just try that out, see if you like it. The DuraFast pickleballs. These play so much differently. They're a lot quicker. If you've never played with the DuraFast, or you're going from Franklin to DuraFast, the ball's gonna come hot at you, and it's gonna come pretty good spin on these balls too. But they just have a little more heat on them, which is good. I mean, it works up your volley game, works up your reflexes. So I don't think it's a bad thing.
Are most tournaments still using Durna?
I don't know. No, I think it all depends on who's doing the
it
tournament.
went away.
Okay.
So now,
It's all
if you're
Vulcan.
APP, you're using the Franklin. If you're
PPA or
PPA,
Vulcans. Yeah.
you're using Vulcan, and I guess Duper is Gamma. But like, what
I don't
what
know.
does that mean? Like,
I don't
if
know
you
what
play the
tournament.
minor league pickleball, does that mean that they're going to be Gammas because they're Duper sponsored? I don't know.
I have no idea.
Yeah.
I don't know who Major League Pickleball uses either. It's all over the place. I don't know if they'll ever come to standardize. Maybe there will be one ball that rules them all at some point, which would be great. Bill, get on that. He's an
I will.
engineer.
I'll do it.
Shoes again, same thing. Skechers Viper Court Pro from the $200 budget. We already talked that one to death. Bag, I didn't have as much money to spend on bags. I did get this as a Christmas present for somebody before, the Yola Vision 2 Deluxe backpacks. They're a little smaller. They just look cool. They have a couple different colors, black, pink, and blue. So a little more compact, but I think you can fit everything that you kind of need in there. At this price point, I think you definitely probably want a bag to put your stuff in for sure.
How much is the bag?
The bag is $79.95 or $71.96 with a discount code.
Nice.
Yeah, so a little cheaper. Lululemon Metal Vent Tech Wide Headband.
That's a name.
It
I
sure
love
is.
those headbands, and I have a bunch. The name is crazy.
So I'm not a guy who can play with a hat or a visor. The bill here always gets in my line of sight, and it bothers the heck out of me. But I am also a person who sweats a ton from the head, and I hate getting that sweat in my eye or constantly have to wipe my sweat. So the headbands really help out a lot, and I really like the Lululemon ones. I have some Nike ones and everything that tie in the back. Those are awesome. I started getting
The
those.
Ninja ones that you
Yeah, the Ninja ones. I love those because after I started watching Breakpoint or Matchpoint, the tennis Netflix series, I was like, oh, those look so cool. So I bought a few. The only downside to those, I would say, is that tail that you have at the end. You probably want to tie it a few times, but what I'm afraid of is I'm going to let an out ball go and I'm going to twist my head and it's going to hit the tail. And
What are the chances?
they are not great, but you never know. You never know. That's why I still wear them.
Wow.
I still wear them, but my favorite ones are these Metal Vent Tech
They're
light
very good.
headbands. Yeah.
You made me try them once, and I was like, I got hooked, and I got them. I'm one of the weird ones that plays with visors. I know they're not super cool, but I switched to the Adidas Vipers visors that are, I think they're golf ones. I can't remember the name, but they're made for golf. They're like $22. But you can get them like, I got them as cheap as $9 from the Sporting Goods on sale. They have like a nice towel-ish thing on the inside,
nice.
so
Care cloth.
they do really good moisture absorption, and I found that once I got used to like the visors, I can't play without them.
Yeah.
I love that I don't see the light coming from
I'm
here.
getting into that, yeah.
And I don't, the overheads they help me with, and we play at Pickleball, which have really strong lights, and I just don't want to see them all the time. I get migraines with like strong lights, so I'm like, I completely switched to visors now.
Yeah, makes sense. The headbands are $18 a piece.
Do you have a code for Lululemon?
No. I wish. I would love for Lululemon.
Anybody have a code for Lululemon?
Yeah, we need to be an affiliate sponsor. You do.
Yeah, if Lululemon could sponsor all my gear, I would do Lululemon. But I mean, Viore.
I'll take Viore. I'll take Stack.
Yeah, Stack is great too. Stack just needs more variety. And
there's Ernie too, right? I haven't tried them, but they're...
Stack needs to work on their sizing a little bit too. Paddle cleaner still in here. So all that. So paddle cleaner, the whatchamacallit, the headband. Yep, the bag.
Couple balls. That was good. Mixing the balls.
Different mix of balls. Yeah, I was hoping that Pickleball Central or somebody would do like a ball sampler pack. I couldn't find somebody who. Somebody should do that. They should like sell a sampler pack of balls to people.
We should do that. Let's
Let's
get them in bulk and sell sampler packages.
Yeah. Okay.
Don't take that idea. Warrior.
Patent.
Yeah.
Copyrighted.
Because they really make quite an impact on the game, honestly. So all that together with the paddle cleaner, it comes out to be $499.12.
Still trying to do that.
I got it.
Right to the edge.
Somehow he thinks you won by doing that, but okay.
But please put in the comment section, tell us what you like, what you don't like. Obviously, we put out a bunch of stuff out there. Vote for which one you like out of the 100, 200, 500.
Bill, Sam, Jack.
Yeah.
If you guys don't remember.
Bill, Sam, Jack.
Yeah.
He's a guest host.
Yeah.
So let's calm it down.
I may not be a guest again. Yeah.
We're gonna give giveaways, not this episode, but others. So maybe don't vote for him. Vote for the giveaways.
Yeah.
Just kidding. But please subscribe. Please like. Helps our channel. We're new and we're trying to get some traction. So appreciate it.
We have some more episodes coming. Hopefully, doing like a trainer series too. We've been doing some pickleball training that Sam started getting into with a pickleball trainer.
He's a dedicated pickleball trainer.
So we really
he works with some pros as well.
We have a lot of aches and pains. So trying to get in shape and trying to get in shape for pickleball type movements, especially.
We'll do an episode or possibly a series about pickleball training directly with him. He's going to be on video with us, so that's going to be a big deal.
So keep with us.
Yep.
Thank you so
It
much,
was fun.
Phil.
Thanks everybody.
Bill.
Thanks for having me.
We'll have him on again. Tell us if you like him. If you don't, we'll dump him.
Vote for Bill.
All right. Pickle-On. Talk to you guys later.
Cheers, everybody.